Hey guys, here's part 4 for what if GT Goku was sent to the past. So now, after this, what happens is now everyone is much more powerful. They step out, Raditz knows Super Saiyan 2 quite well. Vegeta can almost master Super Saiyan 2. Like he can, but like not for long. Nappa, since he's older, can use Super Saiyan right now, but not yet Super Saiyan 2. And after this, Vegeta has a lot more respect for Raditz, as Raditz was the one who was tasked with training Vegeta, and Raditz trained Vegeta to the ground and made sure that Vegeta felt the pain of being treated like a runt. As Vegeta then became more humble and respectful. But Vegeta is not calm right now, like he's not fully good yet. As then they set out, as then Goku then asks Bulma to build them a ship. As Vegeta talks to Bulma and actually starts liking Bulma, and Bulma starts liking Vegeta. As then time passes and Bulma asks to come with them to Namek as she wants to see how alien planets operate. As basically the 5 of them, including Bulma, go to planet Namek. But actually at this point Goku also wants to take Gohan, since Gohan needs to learn how it's like to be a fighter, as he doesn't want to neglect his son. As 6 of them actually go. The Saiyans, Gohan, and Bulma, they go to Namek. So now what happens is Bulma and Gohan are tasked with talking to the Namekians and finding information about alien planets and basically doing research. While in the spaceship also Goku trained Gohan, so Gohan is also very powerful. And he's almost at the point where he can use the Super Saiyan form. So I'd say his power level, since he is still a kid, is about 300,000 right now. So at this point, he could probably beat the Ginyu Force. So while everyone lands to planet Namek, Goku then says that he's gonna meet the Grand Elder Guru. As in the meantime, Raditz, Nappa, Vegeta go to confront Frieza. So then Frieza then looks at them and says, Saiyans, where did you go to? I missed having my play monkeys. As all 3 of them get angry at Frieza and they say, we're no longer weak, Frieza. We have achieved something that you feared. As all 3 of them at the same time flicker into the Super Saiyan transformation, the power scaring Frieza, as Frieza realizes that he has bitten off more than he can chew, since all of them at this point are strong enough to beat Frieza. So what Frieza does is he pulls off, basically he transforms into his final form, as he basically gets beaten by the Saiyans, like to a pulp, like Frieza is almost dead, as everyone is satisfied with this. But Frieza comes up with a last ditch attempt, as he then says, no matter, I will simply destroy this planet, and since I can breathe in space, I'll survive. As he then launches a blast towards the planet, and as the 3 Saiyans push it back, Frieza then uses the momentum while they're all distracted, as he launches into space and disappears, making the Saiyans very angry. But at this point, he's about to escape. But just as he's about to escape the atmosphere, Vegeta says, I have suffered from you all these years, and you think I'll simply let you pull a cowardly move and run away? No, Frieza. Today you face the facts. As Frieza is then brought back to planet Namek by Vegeta. Vegeta slams his head onto the surface of the planet, and then he beats Frieza up, down, left, right, like to the point where they can't recognize him. As Vegeta then launches one more blast from the pinky of his hand, and he says, this is how you destroyed planet Vegeta, right? As Vegeta uses the same technique that Frieza used to destroy planet Vegeta to kill Frieza, as Frieza is destroyed and turned into dust. As all the Saiyans are shocked by this, of how ruthless Vegeta can be, but they understand. As then they set off to find Goku. Goku talks to Grandmaster Guru about everything, and Grandmaster Guru is interested in the things that Goku knows, such as the fact that the Dragon Balls if they use too much, generate too much negative energy. As Guru then uses his wisdom to teach basically the Namekians how to stop this from ever happening. And basically this information is sent to Piccolo. It's sent to Kami on planet Earth. So that basically in planet Earth they make sure that none of this can ever happen. And the whole saga in Dragon Ball GT never actually takes place because Guru came up with a way to stop it from happening. So now Guru also offers Goku to have his potential unlocked. Since Goku tried unlocking Super Saiyan 4, but it didn't seem to work, it's like there was something blocking him. As Guru then tries unlocking his potential. As then, by this, something opens up in Goku, as his power level shoots up. But then he starts growing and growing as he turns into a golden great ape and loses control. As Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta have to try and stop him. As Goku is so powerful right now, he flicks them like they're bugs, and they're all dramatically injured. And it's up to Gohan to face his father. As this sight causes Gohan to reach his Super Saiyan transformation, as he then says, "Dad, you're not a monster." As Goku listens to everything his son tells him, and Gohan says, "Be the hero I know you are, Dad." As Goku regains his senses and goes back into his base form, but as he shrinks, he becomes a Super Saiyan 4 again, and this power shocks everyone as they see the full power of the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. So now after this, basically, Raditz, Vegeta, and Nappa also want their potential unlocked. And Gohan also gets his potential unlocked. So in the meantime, as they're doing all this, what happens is Commander Gold springs out of his pod. And instead of just being Commander Gold, he says, "No matter, I am no longer Android Gold. Call me Android 16. As then, out of the other pod, comes Cell. Cell in this scenario only has one person he needs to absorb, as Commander Gold only made one person an android, and this is Piccolo. And Piccolo is still on planet Earth, which means that Cell springs out to find the only person who can make him perfect. As then, what happens now is Piccolo has been meditating, thinking about life and what he actually wants. And he realizes that there's no need to take over the planet, since if he wanted to do that, he's already powerful enough to do it. And he's at peace knowing that. Instead, wants to work on martial arts, becoming more powerful, and to become a better fighter in general. As he decides that he'll no longer choose the evil ways, but instead choose a more calm and peaceful path. So as he's meditating, he feels an evil force come behind him as he sees Cell, and they spring into battle. And this battle is a hard-fought one, but unfortunately Cell does a dirty trick, throws some dirt into Piccolo's eyes, and while Piccolo is blinded, Cell absorbs him, making him unlock his power of being perfect, which means that Perfect Cell is now born, and he has the evil intentions of taking over this world. So, as Android 16 and Cell set out to take over this planet. So, after this, what happens is the Saiyans land onto planet Earth, and it's completely different. Capsule Corp has been taken over, and Dr. Jiro was freed to work, and he started working with Android 16 and Cell, as they then took over Capsule Corp and used it for their own evil intentions. As the Z Fighters, as the Saiyans with Bulma and Gohan then land back onto planet Earth, they're shocked as everything looks different. But right next to them, another machine appears, and out steps a different guy with purple hair, as he then introduces himself as Trunks. This man then talks to Goku in private and tells him how he's Vegeta's son from the future and what happens in the future. and how everyone dies because of Android 16, Dr. Gero, and Cell, and how the only survivors are Bulma and Trunks, and a few other civilians. And Goku hears this as he gets angry, as he then decides that he will challenge these guys. While Trunks then gives Goku medicine and he says, "Watch out, because if you don't take this, in a year or two you will die of a heart virus." As Goku then realizes that he has to be serious with his life, so he takes the medicine instantly, like directly, as he then gets cured of the heart virus after a week. So now they set off to fight against Piccolo. I mean, they go to set out against Cell. So now what happens is the human Z fighters meet up with the Saiyans, as they then decide to share information. As Krillin makes friends with Raditz, as they realize that they have a lot of similar interests. As Krillin then teaches Raditz the technique known as the Destructor Disc, which makes Raditz quite intrigued because he likes this technique. It reminds him of his own attack, the Double Sunday, as he then learns this Destructor Disc technique. While Vegeta and Nappa scoff at the humans, as they still don't respect humans, so they never actually learn anything from the humans, and they think that their Super Saiyan transformations are enough as they go. So what happens now is Dr. Gero himself has become an android too, as now basically Dr. Gero is Android 19. And so at this rate, what happens now is the humans are sent to fight against Dr. Gero. The Saiyans set out to fight against Android 16, and it leaves Goku and Cell to fight against each other. So future Trunks, being here also, has a vendetta against Android 16, as Android 16 personally killed his master Gohan, as he makes sure that he wants to set out his revenge. As Trunks trained really hard and in fact has the Super Saiyan 3 transformation, but he simply did not tell anyone about this. So now, at this point, what happens is they all set out to fight Goku against Cell. And the humans managed to kill Dr. Gero easily, without much effort, as due to the teamwork that they have, they managed to kill Dr. Gero. Android 16 is a much tougher battle, since Android 16 had been analyzing all of them for a long time. He knew all their fighting techniques and their strategies. But what he did not account for was Future Trunks, as Future Trunks then says, "I will give you no mercy, Android 16," as he then charges up and reaches Super Saiyan 3. This leads to a fight between Android 16 and Super Saiyan 3 Trunks, to which Android 16 simply cannot keep up. Trunks then launches a kick, and Android 16's head is kicked right off, as Trunks then holds Android 16's head and says, "This is for everyone you've killed, and for all the pain you caused me," as he then shouts, "Masenko," as Android 16 is killed forever. Next is Goku versus Cell. This is a tough battle. Cell knowing all the techniques Goku has, but he did not account for Super Saiyan 4. As Goku then says, "Behold, the true power of a Saiyan," as he then launches into Super Saiyan 4. As this is much stronger than anything Cell had faced in the original. As Goku is already angry and doesn't want to waste time, he launches a blast at Cell, which seemingly kills him. But Cell simply regenerates and says, "It's a good thing I have Saiyan cells now," as he then reaches a Zenkai, as his power level matches Goku's to some degree, and they start fighting. And this fight takes a whole 1 hour to complete, as they're both on the back foot. But as they're on the losing hand, Cell manages to break Goku's arm and put him on the ground and shouts, "You're useless and weak," which leads to Gohan getting really angry as he watches his father injured, as he then reaches a rage form known as the Super Saiyan Rage, as his eyes turn white and his body flickers yellow and blue, as he then headbutts Cell in the stomach, which leads to Cell puking out Piccolo and causes Cell to reach his imperfect form. And as Cell is planning to blow up, Goku simply has a plan for this, as he simply decides to throw Cell into space, as he then launches a Kamehameha wave, shooting Cell so far into space that he reaches the sun. And Cell is so much smaller than the sun that when he blows up, it's not even registered, as Cell is ended for good. But just as they think Cell is gone for good, in the depths of space, one piece of Cell, one cell of Cell, basically, is floating around, frozen by the cold of space, but aching to return for its revenge. Will it ever do so? Remains to be seen. So now they manage to defeat everyone. Trunks reveals to Vegeta that he is his son, and Vegeta's proud of what his son was able to do. And Vegeta then says, I will go with you to the future to help you defeat the androids that plagued you. As Trunks appreciated. Trunks was actually strong enough to defeat all of them. The issue is that there were 3 and he was 1, so they managed to gang up on him every time. And the other issue was Cell. So Vegeta and Trunks enter the time chamber for one day. They come out 10 times more powerful, and they go to the future and they manage to kill all the androids, leaving the future peaceful again. And now basically they have a time of peace. But just as they thought that everything was going to be peaceful, 4 years into their peacetime, someone was jolted awake, since the energies, the impact from a fight between such high power levels managed to jolt someone awake, as Beerus manages to wake up years earlier than usual, as he opens his eyes and he says, Whis, there's something going on. What did I sense that caused me to wake up earlier? As he said, there was a fight between a Saiyan, Lord Beerus, and a mechanical android. This Saiyan already managed to, this Saiyan being stronger than the other one who killed Frieza by 10 times, as Beerus is shocked by this and says, he killed Frieza, he is stronger than someone who killed Frieza. Well, let's just go visit this Saiyan then. As Whis says, alright, Lord Beerus, as you command, as they then set off to find Son Goku. And this is where I'll leave this part off for now.